Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor. For those of you who have never been here before, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about some of my unpopular opinions about The Sims 4. But just a little disclaimer before we get started, these are my opinions. You do not need to attack me or anyone in the comments about these, but you can voice your opinions and your thoughts. Just be nice. Be polite to each other, please. These are things that I've been thinking for a while and things that I just wanted to kind of get off my chest. So we're going to be talking about unpopular opinions. I would like to see any of your unpopular opinions about The Sims 4 in the comments down below. I love doing these types of videos because it always gets you guys talking and I find all of your opinions to be so interesting. If you want to find me anywhere else, including my TikTok, which I've been really enjoying doing lately, you should definitely go to that first line of the description where you can find a link to all of my socials and you can find my TikTok there and follow me over there. So let's jump into my unpopular opinions about The Sims. The first opinion on this list is that The Sims 3 is ugly, and this is probably the one that's going to get me attacked the most. A lot of people really love The Sims 3. I'm not a fan. Honestly, I didn't play The Sims 3 a ton because it came out in 2009, so I was in high school and like the beginning of university when The Sims 3 was like having its lifetime, so I didn't play it as much as everybody else did. However, I never really loved it. I love the gameplay, don't get me wrong, The Sims 3 is incredible for gameplay, but the way that it looks I could never get behind. I just hate the entire art style of The Sims 3. The way that The Sims look just make me feel like kind of icky. They're just creepy looking in my opinion. I don't know, I don't like it. I don't like it. And all of the build buy objects, like just the vibe of The Sims 3 just doesn't feel right to me. I also really don't like any of the clothes in The Sims 3, any of the hairs in The Sims 3. You can't really get by in The Sims 3 and make cute characters without custom content, which is very disappointing. And kind of along with that, I think that Alpha CC looks really weird in The Sims 4, especially when you have like your crazy Alpha CC sim next to like Eliza Pancakes. They just don't end up like meshing well together. I'm a Maxis Match girl through and through when it comes to custom content, and Alpha CC is a little bit weird. I don't mind people that use like Alpha a little and like bring it in with their Maxis Match stuff, but when your whole house and your whole sim is just Alpha CC, I'm like, how do you look at that without like making it feel, it just makes me feel weird. I don't know. Is that weird? It literally makes me feel icky. My next unpopular opinion is that The Sims 4 is actually getting better and that the team is trying really, really hard. Now, I don't want to come off as like I'm kissing their asses because there is a lot of places where they need to improve and a lot of things that they still need to do before I'll actually say that I love The Sims 4. But if you compare the game that we have today in 2021 to the game that we had even 2 years ago in 2019, they have added a lot of free updates and free content. Now, a lot of this should have probably already been in the base game at launch in 2014. However, we kind of just gotta like deal with it. You know what I mean? We gotta just let them do their thing and let them add all of these things to kind of give us a better game. I don't think that The Sims 4 is ever going to be as incredible and as in-depth as The Sims 2 or The Sims 3. They are just such better games for gameplay. However, we do have a really great build mode, a really great cast system, and they are trying their best to make the gameplay more fun with adding things like sentiments and lifestyles and all of those types of little details that they've been giving us in past packs and in past updates, and I think that they're doing a very good job of at least trying to give the players what they want. The next one I know is unpopular because when kits were announced, a lot of people were like, no, don't want it. However, I actually really like the idea of kits. I don't really love any of the kits we've gotten so far, like Bust to the Dust was fun, it's okay. Country Kitchen, great, because we got a whole kitchen set. The rest of them, not too into it. However, kits do have a lot of really great potential, and there are a lot of really interesting kits that we could get in the future. So I think that kits are a great idea, especially when you compare them to the Sims 3 store, and how expensive all the items in the Sims 3 store were, and how horrible and ridiculous it was to pay that much money for like weird items in the Sims 3 store. So if you compared the two systems, I would rather have kits compared to microtransactions, especially because it just adds a much more streamlined process in getting them. The next thing on this list is that Eco Lifestyle is one of the best expansion packs. I know, a lot of people hated Eco Lifestyle, a lot of people still don't like the idea of Eco Lifestyle. However, I think that a lot of those people didn't actually play with Eco Lifestyle. This is one of those packs that I use all the time. Candle making, beautiful. Fabrication, beautiful. Any piece of furniture in Eco Lifestyle, chef's kiss, gorgeous. The world is so fun. The whole system is so fun with the naps. That sounds such a weird thing to say. The naps, the neighborhood action plans, those are fun and add some funny gameplay, especially if you have like free love and like, what is the juiced community one, I think? So everybody's just drunk and making out. Like, that's hilarious. I think that it's so much fun, and the characters added in that were really great too. I find myself going back and using those apartments in Evergreen Harbor all the time, and I just really, really enjoy Eco Lifestyle, especially when you compare it with some some of the packs like Island Living, or we'll get to it, Snowy Escape. The next thing is that I actually like that we can't control pets in The Sims 4. I know that this is a lot of people's biggest qualm with The Sims 4 cats and dogs, but honestly, I don't care. Like, I don't want to be able to know that my pet is hungry. Like, just go eat. Like, just go live your life, queen. I like the unpredictability of pets in The Sims 4 because you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they're thinking. The only thing that I wish that we did have is pet careers, because in The Sims 2, I would have Sims who didn't work, but their pets were, like, global superstars and, like, actors and stuff, or like exterminating cats. I don't know. I thought that was really funny. So I wish we had pet careers. That could be hilarious and such a fun detail. But I'm not really too fussed about the ability to actually like tell my pet what to do. Like, just come give me snuggles. Like, I'll tell you to come snuggle me, and that's it. That's all I want. I just want snuggles. The next unpopular opinion on this list is that I don't need an open world. I liked the open world in The Sims 3. I think it definitely added a lot, but it was kind of a lot. It made me feel a little bit overwhelmed a lot of the time, and I felt like I needed to be out of the house and needed to be all over the place, just going to all these different things, going to the parks, but then you realize that none of the Sims are there because it is an open world and it's harder to get Sims to show up where you are. So it's kind of like, oh, haha, hurry up and wait, because you're just going to be waiting for people to show up, and then they never do, and then you're bored. I would like to have some kind of open neighborhood system where I can go and visit all of my neighbors without having to go to a loading screen. I'm fine with having to have a loading screen if I want to go from like the goth house to the pancake house. That's fine by me. The next thing on this list is that a lot of players really want realism in the game, but to be honest, since I've been playing The Sims since The Sims 1, I'm kind of the type of player that wants more weird stuff. I love when they add weird stuff like the dust bunnies in Bust the Dust. Is just hilarious to me. The fact that you can befriend them, the fact that you can get them to bring you gifts, and they just kind of like hang out and you can have them there forever. That's so fun. I think that's so cute and just goofy, and I love that. Real life is really difficult, and having a game that just reflects real life so much that it feels like you're not playing a game, like you're playing real life, is too much for me. I want it to have those goofy little aspects, and I really do miss things like the social bunny. That's one of those things where, like, if this bunny shows up every time that your social need is low, that's hilarious to me. Or in The Sims 2, when your sim was, like, not doing well, you'd have, like, a psychiatrist show up and, like, start talking to them. I miss that kind of stuff. I miss the quirkiness. I really, really do. Another thing that I really miss, even though most people hated them in The Sims 3, was the imaginary friends, like those creepy dolls. That kind of stuff is just so fun because it kind of takes you out of the real-life experience, adds a little bit of that quirk back, and takes away some of the realism. Although, like, a lot of kids do have imaginary friends, so I guess it is a little bit realistic. The next thing on this list is that Snowy Escape is, like, the worst expansion pack. When the pack was announced, I was really excited about it. I was excited about the world. I was excited about the concepts, but I'm honestly so disappointed in Snowy Escape. I love the world, don't get me wrong. Mount Komorebi, beautiful. That's where it ends for me. The build and buy items are just uninspired and kind of boring. They're all very, very simple, which I understand was the style, that's the vibe. I don't really use any of them anymore. I'm already over it. The Create a Sim items aren't really that, like, versatile. There's a couple that I use for, like, cold weather outfits, but the rest of it is just kind of meh. I have, like, 1 or 2 items that I'm like, yeah, I like those, but the rest of it, I don't need snowboarding outfits in my everyday Sims life. I feel like the pack didn't expand upon much. They took the rock climbing skill from fitness stuff and just turned it into, like, a whole excursion, which they made seem like it was this big exciting thing that'd be really difficult. Every time I've done it, I've succeeded on the first try with a low rock climbing skill, and I'm like, what even is the point of this? I love that you can woohoo in the cave, though. That's fun. But I just feel like the snowboarding and the skiing were very boring. All of that stuff is just such an interesting concept, and it had so much potential, but I just feel like they didn't really expand upon the game very much, and it felt more like a game pack with a beautiful world, and that's really disappointing to me. I honestly think that Island Living, which is a pack that I previously would have said was one of the worst ones, is better than this pack, because you have the whole conservation career. I just feel like, I don't know, there's just more going on in Island Living for me at least, and more that I'm interested in than in Snowy Escape. And the final item on this list is that I want The Sims 5. I know that a lot of people are like, I don't want The Sims 5, I don't want to see it yet, I don't want to have to spend new money, but honestly, I think that The Sims 4 is at this level where it's so broken, and where there's so many things that need to be fixed, and so many mistakes that have been made over the past few years, that if we don't move on to The Sims 5 within the next, like, year or two, hopefully soon, I'm gonna lose interest, and I feel like a lot of other people will too. So I'm 100% ready. If they release The Sims 5 tomorrow, I would be so excited, because it would be something new, something fresh, and hopefully something better than what we have now. But yeah, those are my unpopular opinions about The Sims. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Be sure to share any of your unpopular opinions in the comments down below. I love talking to you guys about this kind of stuff because you have such interesting thoughts about the game, and I just love that. You can definitely click that first link in the description and find all of my social media, especially TikTok. Please follow me over there. I'm having so much fun making TikToks. I really hope that you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.